So this is gonna be the blind playthrough for this. I don't know whether play is going to be an accurate word for it, but I suppose we'll just see about that. Well, some minor fidgeting with that, and we go. Air store. Riveting. Most exciting. I actually kind of forgot what this was about, but... Wait, what? Oh, right, now I remember. Okay, yeah.
You think it's murder?
Murder.
I mean, clearly it's murder.
Why did I steal the money? Because
What can I do to help?
I had to kill someone, so... Okay. Peculiar.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Simon. Okay, so it's gonna be one of these games. In that case, yeah, I really should take notes. So, where the hell did I put my freaking... And I know I could just use like computer tools, but that would be boring. Alright. Let's do this the hardcore style. So, my note-taking instruments are here. That's good. It's far more fun to like write something down. There's some stuff you should read before searching stuff up. Ah, okay, I'll sure test out that soon. First let me get a blank sheet of paper here. Oh, bother. The role player's problem. There are no blank sheets of paper in this world. I mean there is, but... yeah, good enough. So let's see. First, Simon is certainly going to be important. So, Simon and murder, naturally. So, let's see. Actually, let's see this again. Was
I
there
think it's murder.
No.
I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay. So the date there is 27. When was this? 1st of 7th. Okay. Oh, we can move this around. Really? Introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is the backbone of the modern police force work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be your most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using the ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. Okay. To retrieve a clip, type in a word. Example. EG, robbery in the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words. Robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Okay. To store a clip for later reference, click Add Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, click Use the tags for any further assistance. I wonder how many of those clips we can actually store. Let's see. Well, I suppose there's only room for like 5 there, so maybe, I don't know. And we can actually drag that around, so no. Really? Hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos of the original tapes in 1999. Then the U2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97. But figured this would be enough. Take your time. Okay. Hack. Okay. This will be the most fun thing to do here. Let's just play this. Because this is entertaining now, isn't it? Top quality entertainment. No, yeah, screw that. I could just log off immediately. Let's see that database checker. Volume missing. Okay. That's gonna be interesting later on. Clock. Okay. So, Windows up. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
You should really not keep the filter. You mean I shouldn't keep this here? Oh, it's important for the story? Okay. Now I'm kinda actually intrigued to push this here. But this probably just shuts off the game, right? No, it actually just... Ah. Okay. Let's look through all of these.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
2 days later. Okay.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please.
Huh.
You have no murder weapon. You have nothing.
Good ideas there.
And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Actually, murder is already searched. So let's search for a weapon. And a lawyer is also a potential one to search for. What does this do? Query history, okay. Is there anything else I can mess around in here with? No, that's that. Okay, so let's see. Weapon. Oh, that's only one.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. We've been telling each other just that. Stories.
I have an interesting idea here. So, how about this? That's a lot. There are 7 entries here, huh? Okay, okay. Story is also important. Actually, I kind of want to like do this here. Everything burns, so we can start like I don't have to worry about that session there, because this shouldn't have any effect on this at all. So. Okay, so. Yeah.
You think it's
We have already seen these, so I'll just go through them just to make it sure that we have seen all of them.
I do.
So, story is probably the best option to go first.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while.
Argument?
The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Let's
It
see
wasn't the
that.
present so
Princess
would have in
probably.
a story. He made it specially for me.
So, let's go through all of these.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born.
Rapunzel. Now let's just make sure that
It's
it's
Rapunzel.
also.
The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Okay.
Yes. Like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Well, these two go just like directly after one another, so.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking.
Knife?
I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's
Okay.
ill. He might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
Ill and sick. How is this going to have anything to do with
She wasn't
anything?
my real mother, but she raised me.
No.
Do you want to hear the story?
Mother. Okay.
It's a real life fairy tale.
Okay, there's quite a few things to explore here, so... But first of all, let's go with a lawyer. Oh. Fuck!
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Okay.
Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
Okay, okay.
Yes, no lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
Arrest is certainly an option here.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Okay.
This is a nicer room. Is this where you take people when it's time to arrest them?
Okay. Exactly 5 entries. Nice.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
Exist. Okay.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
Blonde
You
wig.
looked at the cat flap.
That's going to be important, I guess.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but
Okay.
in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
That could be important.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I had hard to look sometimes.
Who is she even talking about here?
We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it.
That sounds peculiar.
We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
I suppose Simon is probably... Actually, let's add that there, but let's play this last one here before searching for
So I
Simon,
moved out,
which will be rather important,
got
I
a small
guess.
bed sit, got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
Okay.
I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Okay. Okay, okay. Where's that music coming from, though? Is there anything in the oh, right, that's in the rubbish bin. What the fuck? So I suppose we need to just check all of the database. At least that's the only idea I have, so... Let's first now look for Simon.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things.
Let's say mirror. So... Mirror and glass. Both of those are probably going to be important, so... Or possibly.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said a spring photo.
Photo! Okay.
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Huh. So apparently, like, are we building up, like, something there? Like, do we need to, like, just go through all of the files? Not that that would be bad. Just a tad bit peculiar, I'd say.
It's the Rockington Arms. The Rock.
Rock.
It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with. And the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen.
Helen, okay.
Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Helen and Peter are going to be possibly important here. I don't see exactly whether any of those files there were checked out or not. But I suppose we'll just see about that. So, let's see. There are quite a few options here to go through. But let's just go. Is there? That's a lot of entries.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games.
Games?
And Save the Princess. That kind of thing.
Okay. That's actually... What was that called?
Yes, there's an Amstrad one.
Amstrad.
No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games.
Okay, okay.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay, let's do something silly and indecent. Fuck. Exactly 5 entries. Okay.
Yeah. They've gone to bed feeling ill. Because it was a funeral or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed.
Okay.
Just awful. It was so soon
Dead.
after my miscarriage.
Oh,
The
miscarriage.
worst year of my life. And I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Wow, that actually was useful. What the heck? I totally wasn't actually expecting that to be, like, useful. Okay.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day.
Eleanor, okay.
Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Okay. Wait, I need to... Okay.
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
Okay. Let's see. What changes there? That one. Okay, okay.
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Okay. So it fits there. Let's go with arrest. Alright, I already went with that. Let's say lawyer we already did. Murder is the beginning, so weapon. Only one. Okay, knife. 2.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection.
Okay.
She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of
Welcome
time
back,
reading books.
Sodium. Now let's be immature for a moment here again. Shit. Okay, this could bring up something, so swearing is good, kids.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band.
Okay.
He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy.
Okay.
We were 15.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Hannah Smith. I wonder if that's even gonna bring up anything, so. A lot of these.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from Merrick though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Let's see, Gladstone. That could be useful later on. That would have been a nice clip already there.
What are you doing talking about me?
Recording that. That's Morse. Almost. Okay. Where exactly was that there, though? There. Very well.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence.
Let's just take Florence there.
When
That could be
Hannah was
useful.
born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
That was creepy.
Across the road,
I wanna see, like, will that trigger again? Holy crap. I get the feeling that there's gonna be a jump scare here at some point. Is this another character here? No. Huh. Okay.
across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. Yes.
This I already knew, so what's this here?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse.
Okay.
She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
That is slightly disturbing. Let's see Florence.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby.
Yeah,
I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean
twins
up.
is possible. It's either
Take
twins
away the
or
evidence that this
like,
was anything but a happy occasion.
it's either twins or split personality, I think.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
Okay.
She was me.
That is slightly disturbing.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I
Oh!
never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that
The
strange?
roll credits. Yeah.
She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different when
Should probably
they
close
were
the
married
door.
for life
Oh,
and
thank
she
you,
felt she
Colin.
could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow,
War. That's a good idea.
one of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
So, one more.
No. It was just me and her. It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Last week? That could also be important. Actually, that's an interesting idea, but first off, let's do this. No. No. That's a lot of act. But first, let's do this. Only one knew.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given
This
her
could
earlier.
be disturbing.
That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed.
I have
He
not
hit
seen
her.
Dexter.
So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
That's important.
His body did not real.
Who was she?
throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses.
Glasses and last week.
Isn't it?
Okay. What's up with that reflection? I have not. I have a huge list of things here that I have to go through. So, kinda hard to show you through all of these options, but there's a lot of things that I guess we should try.
On his throat. How?
Oh.
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in.
Yeah, names are going to
Saw
come up with a
Simon.
lot of hits.
He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut.
Okay, okay.
There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
Hello, Red Stuffer. Welcome back. We're exploring this interesting story here. It's a strange game. Actually, let's try this first. Just because, why not? It's a rather peculiar.
Really?
Game.
You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
No, nothing is private. Your privates are not private.
Are you married? How is your sex life?
Yeah. Yep,
So-
Windows 98.
Our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
This
No.
is so
You're
silly.
talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Okay, okay. So, Mark, how's your sex life anyway? Oh.
No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it
Okay.
in a church once. Stupid.
Who hasn't? Come on.
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but
I already
these early experiences they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Yes, you are on that part of the internet. Exactly. Did I already try this? Shit. Fail. Oh, that's surprising. Thanks. I can't do imitations all that well. Actually, let's just see Carl. Just 2 more. It's a lot to check.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Okay. I wonder what happens if I just, like, add this there. Oh, they just keep on adding there. Okay.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything.
Yes, you can if you're confident enough.
She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at.
Okay, okay.
It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses.
Okay.
After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a grave. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Okay.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We'd both read, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Oh.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She
Okay.
wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Doug. Now is this Doug Walker or... Yeah. Let's continue.
Not me.
So... This is another very...
He would go to the pub.
It's not very easy to be
Harry was drinking
interactive
buddies
during
there,
this.
but no one ever really came back to the house.
At the very least, it's an interesting
Sometimes
exploration.
Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really
Eric.
good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Jack Fisher. I have an idea.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Oh, okay. Now this is going to be a peculiar, but let's try it. No, of course not. Another one, which is unlikely to do more than one. Okay. Let's see, this one, Rapunzel. That's quite a lot.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Oh, and everything's in colour.
Okay. Actually.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures.
Interesting.
Rapunzel's hair was cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
I have an interesting idea here. In the that's not how you spell that. Let's see if there's any difference in here. No, okay. We can go back in here to murder. Let's go back to the murder. No, let's go back to Rapunzel first, so.
Did I pass? Sorry, I mixed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Okay. Card. Very well.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? Could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there? He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him.
Discs, okay.
He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
How am I so poor at typing right about now? No, okay, that wasn't it. So let's try the most obvious one, like blonde wig. Wig? I meant wig. A lot about that, huh?
A wig? You mean... What type of wig? No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Okay.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you could only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Very well. Let's try blonde.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Oh. So Helen will be important next. Why does
Say something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
What the fuck is this?
Two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in.
How beautiful! It's so beautiful. But I don't think this has anything to do with anything.
See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
This is like...
But he
It is just a ballad. What?
And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Oi! You want me? I want your fucking head in me. Okay. Oh. Hey!
Bruce. Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen, and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face. We had like hell.
Okay. It was? Really? That seemed like a non sequitur. I don't want to go through that song. Come on. Nah, later. That's a lot here.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our record. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. Just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't had him either.
Okay.
There's married couple stuff. Stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those who are supposed to.
That's true.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but no, he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
Look at that.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Okay.
Then my parents died.
And
It was the worst year of my...
And that's a way to start a conversation. And then my parents died.
It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Yeah, that's quite awful. Exactly 5 entries.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Mm-hmm. That is creepy.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school.
Okay.
And then
Did I see all of these? No!
yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Okay. Peculiar.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Okay.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that's a lot of entries there.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north.
Definitely
Just
not the
kept
most
going, just wanted to get as
exciting
far away as I
ever
could.
here.
When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. Just had to sleep. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
What was the timing of these two? There's only like 15 minutes in between of them here. How peculiar.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Okay.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, He made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Let's just use these here. Twins. Yeah. That is really peculiar.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Creepy.
Are you out of your mind? Twins? There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Well, Queen. Does this know nothing different there? How about triplets? Okay. Let's try this kind of random here that fit. Sibling. Sister. Okay.
When she went home, Sam had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had.
Okay.
She knew that instant. The look on his face. She
knew. Interesting. Now
She
I
sent him out
know.
of the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
Okay.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
Well, now we know, like, it's pretty obvious that we are not interrogating, but this is like, so, just so everybody understands that I understand, like, it's pretty apparent that we are interviewing or looking at the interviews of two different characters who are sisters, who are kind of like twins, and they have been living a life like in a very, well, kind of together, a shared life, if you will. It's quite interesting way of telling about that then. Well, let's continue. She knew. Only one knew.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Yeah, police, whatever. What is this?
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from.
So,
I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there.
It was so
It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
There's a random word there, so let's stick to that. Okay. Mothman. Is this right? Kinda, at the very least helps. Like this is kind of easy to go through a lot of these, but those last ones
I
will
guess
be
you could call it
pain
that.
to figure
We
out.
were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it's genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
In those last moments there, those last days, it's quite apparent that one of these
We spent a wedding
she
night in a
is
hotel in
dead.
Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday. Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Whatever. So something a bit more silly.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed. I was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were
Okay.
in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognize them. There's no way you would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic. Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there. Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Okay. What volume is missing? Okay. So... Let's try something a bit specific. We had...
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Okay.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a Whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
Okay.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room, and they decided we should get married.
Okay. Only one. It's kind of easy to cheat out some of these words like this.
It was a shock to him. And we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Okay.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down at the end of the road.
Ooh.
I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left.
Wait, this we already
I
heard,
walked in.
so...
Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there.
Okay,
I
okay.
touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Let's see. Yeah! Look at that, kinda easy.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Okay.
Sure? Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But I convinced him to get one.
Ah!
No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me one. I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
Okay. That's definitely not how you spell that, but... This is all quite random, though.
God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone followed him back from the pub. But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense. I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince. And that hasn't
Actually,
changed.
that's important. My prince. I think that could be important later on.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
Okay.
You're reaching here, and I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon's dead. But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
Okay. That is quite enough for today. So... what do I have to say about that before we end the stream? It's an interesting concept, and it's an interesting kind of a puzzle to solve. Maybe not the most interactive, and definitely not the most exciting or interesting to look at. But it has the minimum amount of interactivity to be called a game. So it's at least entertaining. I mean, in the next stream, next Saturday, remember to come up if you wish. I'm gonna start with it, so I kind of want to go through it, because it is, after all, quite intriguing, so I'll just go through it then. I mean, it's interesting, and it's not bad, it's just perhaps not the most interesting game to stream. But that being said,